So Answer, now I am going to start, right?
Okay, sir.
So today, please mute on. So today I am going to discuss about a special mapping that is called conformal mapping, and also linear fractional transformation. It is a special transformation or a special mapping that is maps from 3 point to 3 point, whether it is complex plane to complex plane or extend to complex or complex to extended or extended to extended. So what is conformal mapping? So every mapping, we cannot say that every mapping is conformal. So the mapping is said to be conformal if it preserves angle between any oriented curves. That is angle means it is angle between the tangents, angle between the tangents of two intersecting curve. So if that is f is a mapping from z plane to w plane, you imagine two curves C1 C2 intersecting in z plane. C1 C2 intersecting in z plane at the point z0. Similarly, if you take the mapping of C1, it is called say tau1 mapping to W plane, and tau2 is the image of C2 in a W plane. Both are intersecting at W0. So that means by the function f, we write W0 is equal to f of Z0. That is W0 is a mapping image of Z0. So angle between two curves in Z plane, that is curve between angle between two curves C1 and C2 in Z plane, means if you draw the tangent through Z0, so we will find two straight lines, two tangents to the two different curves C1 and C2. So angle between C1 and C2, suppose it is theta. Similarly, if you measure the angle between two intersecting curves at a W0, tau1, tau2 in double plane, measuring through the tangents, we will take suppose it is phi. So theta is the angle between two curves in Z plane, and phi is the angle between two planes, two curves in double plane. That is the image of image in that is a figure in double plane is the image of Z plane. So if theta is equal to phi, that is definition is if it is preserves the angle between two oriented curve. Oriented means at every point we can find the tangents. At every point you can draw the tangents. So angle between two curves in Z plane, suppose theta, and angle between two curves in double plane, that is called phi. If theta and phi both are equal in magnitude and preserve the directions, if both are either both are measures from anti-clock or clockwise, then we say that mapping W is equal to Fz is called conformal mapping. So I am not giving the proof here. So if it is required, I will give the proof. Otherwise, since it's an online class, I am avoiding the giving a proof. So like, so this is a, that is if you measure the angle between two curves between Z plane and W plane, theta and phi, and if you examine theta is equal to phi and direction are both same, then you say the conformal. But this definition is not possible to verify your transformation is conformal. So mathematically, I will give another definitions, that is for analytic functions. If Fz is analytic, so this function Fz is said to be conformal. That is W is equal to Fz is said to be conformal if f dash z is not equal to 0. So already know if f dash z is equal to 0, suppose at the point z0, so what is the z0? Z0 is called critical point. In maxima minima, you already know if the function is given, how will you find the critical point? So find the derivative and equal to 0 and solve that functions for that is zeros of f dash x is called critical point. So here Here zeros of f dash z, we are not considering the zeros of f dash z. So at those point, the derivative of the functions f z is not equal to 0. Then we say that the function is conformal at that point. That means the function is conformal if f dash z, first derivative, is not equal to 0 for all z in the domain. Then the mapping is said to be conformal at the point z is equal to z0. That means we exclude the critical points. We exclude the critical points. The function is conformal everywhere. Analytic function is conformal everywhere besides the critical points. Suppose I will say f z is equal to 1 by z. So you know this mapping is not analytic at z is equal to 0, right? So since it is not analytic, we will say that we cannot examine the conformality of the function at z0. So if examine the conformality, then we find the derivative f dash z is equal to minus 1 by z square. So 1 by z square for z is equal to 0. So that is either it is 0 or undefined. You remember 0 or undefined. The point at which the function is 0 or undefined, that is called that is not conformal. That is the point is called not conformal of the mapping. That means here z is equal to 0 or z is equal to 0 for the function f z is equal to 1 by z. The mapping is not conformal, but all other points it is a conformal. So I have written here without critical points we can examine the conformality of the functions. So the derivative should be non-zero. So I have given the example. So w is equal to, that is f z is equal to e to the power z. So you know if you find the derivative of e to the power z is always non-zero for all other z, for all values of z. W is equal to this. So f dash z is equal to e to the power z itself. So it is not 0 for any value of z. Therefore, this function f z is equal to e to the power z is conformal everywhere, because its derivative dw by dz is not is equal to e to the power z is not equal to 0 for any other values. So, what is the conclusion? The transform w is equal to f z is conformal at the point z is equal to z0 if first f z should be analytic there. First is the function should be analytic there, and 2 f dash z0 is not equal to 0. Then we say that the function is conformal. That two conditions. The function should be analytic. Analytic means the function should be defined at that point. If it is defined, then we find the derivative. If derivative is not equal to 0 at that point, then we say that the mapping is conformal. So you see w is equal to z bar. This mapping is not conformal anywhere, any value of z. Why? Because w is equal to z bar, you know, this function is not differentiable. Therefore, it is not analytic for any values. Already we have proved it. W is equal to z bar. It is not differentiable for any value of z. If you consider in other ways, if you find the Cauchy-Riemann equation, CR equations, you will find that is component of imaginary, real and imaginary component of W will not satisfying the CR equation. Therefore, this mapping is not conformal because it is not analytic at analytic for any values by considering the differentiability, because the function is not differentiability at the any value of z. And if you take CR equations, from CR equation you can know that is a first order derivative exist, but all are that first order derivative not satisfying CR equations. Therefore, this mapping is not conformal. So second, you see third example, w is equal to z square. This mapping is conformal for all z. That is every polynomial function is conformal. Every polynomial function are conformal, right? So is conformal for all z besides z is equal to 0. Why it is z is equal to 0? Why it is not conformal? Because if you find the derivative dw, it is analytic everywhere. So first part is over. Second part, if you find the derivative dw by dz is equal to 2z is not equal to 0 for z is equal to 0. That is the first derivative is 0 at z is equal to 0. Therefore, this mapping is not conformal at origin. But this mapping w is equal to z square is conformal everywhere, analytic everywhere, and conformal everywhere besides origin. So I have written here w is equal to z square is not conformal at origin, z is equal to 0. Because already I have told you that is the two conditions. One condition, that is second condition, f dash z0 or f dash 0 is not equal to 0. Therefore, not conformal. So now another transformation already have discussed about this transformation, linear transformation. W is equal to az plus b. I have told you already. So that is, it is a combination of translation and your magnifications. If b is equal to 0, it is a magnification. If a is equal to 1, so it is equal to translation. A is equal to 1. Where a and b are non-zero constant, it may be real or complex. So this is called linear transformation because that is the degree of z here. Fz is equal to az plus b. Degree of what is that is a polynomial, degree is 1. That word is called linear. So another transformation I will give you, that is a linear fractional transformation. It is called linear fractional transformation, that is called LFT, short form LFT, or it is called linear bilinear fractional transformation, other name bilinear. I have given here, I have written here, or it is other name is Mobius transformation. So this is a linear fractional transformation. It is a linear, you know, definition of linear az plus b. Fractional, you know, fractional and p by q form z. That is two linear transformation in fractional form. That is called LFT. The transformation w is equal to az plus b by cz plus d, where AD minus BC, you see AD coefficient of z and a constant in denominator, AD crosswise minus BC is not equal to 0. That is the most important for this rational function of z. The rational function of z is conformal. This is called az plus b by cz plus d. It is a rational function in z. So this transformation is conformal if this condition is important. AD minus BC is not equal to 0. For A, B, C and D, I have not written here D, and I have a gap here. So A, B, C and D are complex or real constants. That is the most important condition for rational functions in Z are conformal. If this determinants AD minus BC, if you write in determinant form, it is AB, second order determinant AB and CD. That means the determinant is not equal to 0. So this is called linear fractional transformation, or other name is Mobius transformation by the name of the mathematician Mobius, and or it is a bilinear transformation. Why it is called bilinear? Because that is two linear functions, bilinear. So it is called bilinear transformation. So here w is equal to az plus this. If you simplify these functions, that is multiplying this, that is c jw plus dw minus az plus b is equal to 0, where the condition is AD minus BC is not equal to 0. So as it is linear in z and also w, linear in z and also w. The power of z is 1, w also is 1. Therefore, this transformation is called bilinear transformation. I don't understand bilinear because Mama, at a class time. So it is bilinear because it is a linear in Z and a W also. That is called bilinear.
Sir,
this is
sir, that should be minus AZ minus B, the equation.
CZW plus DZ Right. Please, it is my right. It is my mistake. So here also I have not given D, A, B, C, and I have not given here R. I have written here. You write just D here. A, B, C, and D. So that is when I on the pen, it is a mistake for my side. You rectify it. CZW plus DZ minus AZ minus B is equal to 0. But that it is a, you know that the conditions AD minus BC is equal to 0 must be satisfied, not equal to 0. So all right. So this transformation is very important, and you will get the questions from here. Bilinear transformation. So this bilinear transformation is always conformal. Can you claim this conformal? So this mapping is conformal if Z is not equal to minus C by D, D by C, right? First condition, this mapping is not conformal if Z is equal to minus D by C. If you substitute denominator will 0, this function is not analytic. And another conditions we have, if you find the derivative dw dz, so you see what is the value. LFT is a conformal mapping. Why? dw dz is equal to AD minus BC by CZ plus D whole square. So if you find the derivative or simplify, right? I am not find it derivative. Please calculate the derivative dw dz. Please calculate. So you have pen and paper, you have to calculate and you see a D minus BC divided by CZ plus D whole square. Right? Please calculate.
We are getting, sir.
You are getting?
Yes, sir.
So you see, so when I give the LFT, I have given the condition AD minus BC is not equal to 0 because of this. If AD minus BC is equal to 0, so dw dz is becomes 0, so it is not conformal mapping. But the condition is bilinear transformation AD minus BC is not equal to 0. If the numerator is not equal to 0, for only 0 at Z is equal to D by C. Otherwise, it is always a positive quantity. So this mapping is conformal. LFT is always conformal. Now calculate the inverse. W is equal to AZ plus B by CZ plus D. So inverse means write Z in term of W. Write Z, simplify for Z, and it will become Z is equal to minus dW plus B by CW minus A. Verify whether it is correct or not. Simplify and write Z in term of W.
Yes, sir, it's coming.
So while give this inverse, so utility of calculating inverse Z in term of W, because when you find, suppose you form a LFT and find the image of the figure in Z plane to W plane. So at that time, this formula is used for U. So now I will give the problem so we can know what is the utility of this, because Z is equal to W is in term of Z and Z in term of W. So remember that is W is equal to AZ plus B by CZ plus D is a conformal mapping, and its inverse is Z is equal to minus dW plus B by CW minus A. AD minus BC is not equal to 0. So how to find the fixed point of the LFT? Fixed point. Replace Z W by Z to calculate the fixed point of the point. So replace W by Z in the LFT. W is equal to AZ plus B by CZ plus D. Now replace W by Z. So the equation becomes Z is equal to AZ plus B by CZ plus D. Please simplify it. So you will find a quadratic equation CZ square minus A minus D whole into Z minus B is equal to 0. Whether it's correct or not, you check. Quadratic equation.
Quadratic equation.
Since it's a quadratic equations, so you know every quadratic equation has give two roots, at most two roots or two zeros. Every quadratic equation already know ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. If you solve that equation, that value x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. That means it will give at most two zeros or two roots of that equations. Since it's a quadratic equations, if you solve these equations, you will find only two values of z. The two values of z is nothing but it is called a fixed point of the LFT. Are you understand? This quadratic equations replacing w by z, we will find quadratic equation in z. There is no w. If you solve this equation, if a, b, c, and d are known to you, and if you solve that equations by using that formula, quadratic formula, we will find two values of z. That two values of z is called fixed point. So every LFT, linear fractional transformation, at most two fixed point. At most, not more than two. If more than two, you will find. So that is some fixed point will be repeat as a with the first or second. It will repeat or coincide. So every LFT at most two fixed point, not more than that. So now is called fixed point of LFT. Now W is equal to AZ. If D is not equal to 0, if D is not equal to 0, then you see we can divide D numerator and denominator, particularly A by D of Z plus B by D. So C by D into Z plus 1. So you see, you know general equation of straight line is AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. General equation of straight line AX plus BY plus C is equal to 0. So it seems every straight line's general equation of straight line has three unknowns. Actually, it is not three unknowns. If C is not equal to 0, if you divide C with that equations, that will find A by C x plus B by C y plus 1 is equal to 0. So that means A by C is a constant, B by C is also constant. Therefore, every quadratic equation at most two constants only, not more than two, it is not three constants or more, only two constants. Here you see A, B, C, D, I have told you is a constant, real or complex constant. Now this four constant can be reduced into three. Actually, every LFT has three arbitrary constants. How if you divide by D, numerator denominator, D not equal to 0, so we will find the equation that is like that. AZ plus B by CZ plus D, right? AZ, capital AZ plus capital B plus capital CZ plus 1. What is your A, B and C? Capital A is equal to A by D, capital B is equal to D by B by D, and capital C becomes C by D. That means capital A, capital B, and capital C. I have given it the underline. It is not underline, it is equal to, because to show you, I have written it that this equal to AZ plus B by CZ plus D, where capital A, capital B, and capital C are three unknowns. Three unknowns for a LFT, linear fractional transformation or behavior transformation. So you know, in every equation of straight line, you have two arbitrary constants. Already I have told you. If you write other form, y is equal to mx plus c, where m is your slope and c your intercept to the axis. So that means it has at most two arbitrary constants in equation of straight line. To determine these two straight lines, two value of the two arbitrary constants, how many conditions you have required? So that means either you, if you know if it is two conditions are given, then you find the value of a and b, that is constant, right? Through two conditions or 2 points. Similarly, since it is at most three constants, arbitrary constant, capital A, capital B, and capital C, so we need to determine capital A, capital B, capital C by if three conditions are given or 3 points are given. 3 points. Just like you compare with the equation of straight line. Straight line, how will you determine the equation of straight line completely? If equation of straight line passing through the 2 points, then you can find the value of that arbitrary constants. Or if any two conditions are given, two conditions, then you can determine the equation of straight line. Here, since it is arbitrary constant 3, so 3 constants can be determined if 3 conditions are given or 3 points are given. That is 3 points of Z plane maps to 3 points of double plane. Because of it is at most 3 arbitrary constants. Are you understand my point? Hello students.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, how determine that is A, B, and C? If you know the value of capital A, capital B, capital C, it will become the LFT for you. Now, next part is I have written here to determine 3 constants A, B, C in LFT. We must need 3 points or 3 conditions. So, determine LFT. Determine LFT if 3 points in Z plane maps to the 3 points in double plane. So if 3 points maps to of Z plane maps to 3 points in double plane, then you can determine the LFT completely. So let it is that is two formula to determine A, B, C or LFT. So first formula is, suppose 3 points are given. W is equal to AZ plus B by capital CZ plus D1. If 3 points are given, then you put, suppose W1, Z1 maps to W1, Z2 maps to W2, Z3 maps to W3. So if you take a Z is replace Z by Z1, so A Z1 plus B by C Z1 plus 1 is equal to W1, where Z1, Z2, Z3, W1, W2, W3 are known constants. It may be real or constants. So if you put Z1 here and here W1, so become W1 is equal to A Z1 plus B by C Z1 plus 1. First equations. If you replace W2, so W2 is equal to A Z2 plus B by C Z2 plus 1. That is your second equation. Similarly, W3, that is Z3 maps to W3. So W3 is equal to A Z3 plus B by C Z3 plus 1. So you'll find three equations with 3 unknowns, capital A, capital B, and capital C. So you can solve 3 simultaneous equations to find the value of A, B, C. If you replace A, B, C here, so that will be a linear fractional transform. That is one method. When directly you have applied the previous knowledge, 3 points maps to 3 points, just replacing the points. Left and right side, you will find 3 equations. 3 equations has 3 unknowns, A, B, capital A, capital B, capital C, and solve for 3 unknowns. So you already know by eliminating process. we can solve that is from class 7, 8 or 9, like that. You have solved that type of equations. But another question, another formula, that is called cross ratio formula. So you have to remember this cross ratio formula. So suppose I have given, let W is equal to Tz. In place of Fz, I will write here Tz. Be the LFT, and W1 is equal to T of Z1, because the Z1 maps to W1. So W1 is the image of Z1. So W1 is equal to TZ1, Wt is equal to TZ2, and W3 is equal to TZ3. So that is Z1, Z2, Z3 in three points in Z plane maps to 3 points W1, W2, W3 in W plane respectively. So that is, this formula is called cross ratio formula. What is how do you remember? You see, I will give the tricks to you. So first you start from W minus W1, W2 minus W1. You see 1, 2, 3. W minus W1, then W2 minus W3. That is, you see sequencing 1, 2, 3 divided by, if it is 1, 2, 3, denominator will be 3, 2, 1. So W minus W3, next 3 to 3, next will W2 minus W1. Just remember like that, is equal to same sequence, Z minus Z1, Z2 minus Z3, Z minus Z3, Z3, Z2 minus Z1. You remember this formula? Hello? You start from W. First is W. You start W minus W1, then W2 minus W3 divided by. So it is a W3, then you start from here W3. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. So this is called cross ratio formula, where W1, W2, W3, Z1, Z2, Z3 are known, and you substitute here by applying. You can solve directly, or you can apply component and dividend methods. So solve for W is equal to Tz, and for inverse map Z is equal to T inverse W, function of W only. Either you solve for W is equal to function of Z, or Z is equal to function of W according to your questions, nature of the questions. So suppose this is if W1, W2, W3 and Z1, Z2, Z3 are all are numbers, not infinity. All are numbers. Then we say that the mapping is that is T is a mapping from complex plane to complex plane. I don't understand. W1, W2, W3, Z1, Z2, Z3 are not infinity, only numbers. It may be 0 or complex number or real number, anything. Then what will come? T is a mapping from complex plane to complex plane, right? Suppose W1 is infinity, right? W1 is infinity, and other are finite quantity, finite. So what will you say that W1 is equal to infinity means? So that means the W plane must contain the point at infinity. So that means it is a extended complex plane to mapping is a complex plane to extended complex plane, because that is W1 is equal to infinity. Infinity is a point in the W plane. Similarly, if you take, suppose the Z3 is infinity in the Z plane, what will be what will you say? So T is a mapping from extended complex plane to complex plane, because Z3 is infinity means infinity is a point in the complex plane, complex plane along with infinity. That is called extended. Or here W1 is infinity and here Z3 also infinity. Both sides are infinity. That means mapping is from extended complex plane to extended complex plane. So in that case, what will do? If suppose W1 is equal to infinity, you see W1 is equal to infinity, maps to Z1, right? Sorry, Z1 maps to the point infinity in W plane. What will you see? You see, if W1 is infinity, now the first factor W minus W1, by W2 minus W1. That is where the point at infinity is include, the factor where the point at infinity is include. You see here first is W1 is infinity means W minus infinity. Denominator is W2 minus infinity. So you are taking this ratio W minus W1 by W2 minus W infinity, W minus infinity by W2 minus infinity as a 1. As a 1, right? So what will be this left side? W2 minus W3 by W minus W3. It is completely 1. Are you understand, dear students?
Yes, sir.
So suppose here Z3 is infinity. Suppose Z3 is infinity. You see which factor containing infinity. So denominator and numerator both are infinity factors. So you treat, you should not cancel it. So just you write, if Z3 is infinity, so right side will be only Z1 minus Z2 by Z2 minus Z1, Z2 minus Z1. Right? Because if Z3 is infinity, it will become Z2 minus infinity. Here Z minus infinity, we treat this ratio, this fraction as a 1 unity. So the problem will be easy for you. So solve for, now if you will get this, then solve this relation for W is equal to TZ, and for inverse mapping, if you want, find Z is equal to T inverse W. So now you see
Sir,
the question.
10 minutes left.
Just you see the questions. Find a LFT. If Z1 is equal to -1, Z2 is equal to 0, Z3 is equal to 1. In Z plane, maps to W1 is equal to -I, W2 is equal to 1, and W3 is equal to I. You see, all are not infinity. Any points are not infinity. Right? -1, 0, 1 in Z plane, maps to -I, 1, and I in W plane. What will do? Just you write the formula and substitute W minus I, because that is W1 is equal to -I, W plus I, 1 minus I. So you just to write, substitute all W1, W2, W3 and Z1, Z2, Z3. So if I 1 minus I, 1 plus I both are constant, you can that is you simplify. Here also -1 and +1, that will be -1. So it will be, if you simplify, please do it after the class. So you will get W is equal to 1 minus Z by I plus Z. That is equal, this W is equal to 1 minus Z by I plus Z is called linear fractional transformation. So that means if 3 points maps to 3 points, we will find W is equal to 1 minus Z by I plus this. So maps from extended complex plane to extended complex plane and vice versa. So it is not extended. So I will give you, there is no extended, it is only complex plane, maps to complex plane, because there is no infinity. You should not confuse here complex plane to complex plane. So I have actually this is stop here. Next part I am going to start if extended complex plane to complex plane, mapping extended complex or vice versa. So if one of the point is point at a infinity, then the quotient of the two difference containing infinity must be replaced by 1. Already I have told you. You see, so this is a LFT. Find LFT if 1, 0, -1 in Z plane maps to I infinity 1. That is a complex plane to extended complex plane. Right? Mapping. Determine W. So here I is equal to this. So if I apply the formula, you will get like that. That is Z is equal to this. Now I have rounded this infinity -1, infinity +1 as a 1. So what is the mapping? W minus I by W minus 1 minus Z minus 1 by Z plus 1. Because it is a minus, contribute to -1 here. Z minus, here it is -1. So W minus I this. So simplify for W. You will get this. So this is about today. Yeah. So last questions I have given you. So find the LFT, that is 3 points maps to 3 points respectively in W plane. And another question I have add, also find the pre-image of unit circle mod of W is equal to 1 in Z plane. This is only previously we find LFT. Another is find LFT as well as pre-image. That is pre-image of in Z plane. So how to do? So just to find the mapping, W is equal to 3Z plus 2Y by this, you have to do it by using the formula, cross ratio formula, or that is simplification formula. So pre-image means, so you take given W mod Z mod W is equal to 1. So take mod W is equal to 1. So what will that if you take the modulus of both sides and simplify, that is IZ plus 6 mod is equal to 3Z plus 2I. So taking Z is equal to X plus Y and simplify. So what will finally we will get? We will find X square plus Y square plus 3Y minus 4 is equal to 0. It is nothing but a circles, because coefficient of X square plus Y square is equal to 1. Nothing but a circle. Center at, I have not calculated a dash, and radius is dive. You have to calculate. So this is a this. Suppose these questions, third questions, find the image of mod Z is equal to 1. Here pre-image I have given. Suppose find the image of mod Z is equal to 1. Unity circle in Z plane. What will do? Here W is equal to 3Z this. So express Z in term of W. Z in place of this, because if it is given mod Z is equal to 1, if you take a right Z is equal to in term of W, taking mod of both sides, you replace mod Z is equal to 1 left side, then you simplify, you will get the relation like that. Sometimes the question is find the image of Dix, unit Dix. Mod Z unit Dix means mod Z less than or equal to 1 unit Dix. All right, so I have solved the question shortly. At first you solve 3 questions stepwise. Every step you have to give. And third question I have add to you. Find the pre-image of the unit circle mod Z is equal to 1 in Z plane, and find the image of unit Dix in Z plane to double plane. Unit Dix, right? That is mod Z less than or equal to 1. Mod Z less than or equal to 1. So you adjust and you express W is equal to the in this form, and Z is equal to find the inverse of this mapping. So right. So this is about conformal mapping. I have given the idea of this. So in your book Krejcik, you will find LFT and Mobius transform A1 chapter. If you, also in Churchill there is a last chapter. After integrations there is a chapter. So you at least solved some questions. How will you be find Mobius transformation or bilinear transformation from 3 point to 3 point. So next class, if you have any doubt about this, you can discuss with me. Now theory part is over. So please, you have any doubt, you ask me. Otherwise, you leave the class. If any students has a doubt,
can you send this PDF? Can you send this PDF?
Any?
Can you send this no sir, the PDF, so that we can have a read?
So your PDF, you will not get this PDF?
No sir, this you haven't got it.
All right, just now I will send the PDF, right? So now today,
send it out. I have sent it out on the WhatsApp group, sir.
So I have told you, you share the, I invite the students, they have to share the doubt in WhatsApp group, and you solve yourself. Then with your friends. If you share your doubt to WhatsApp group, you should not depend on your teacher. I may or may not give the answer, but I give the suggestion. I will observe. So if other students can solve this question and give that answer in WhatsApp group, I will be very happy for them. Right? You said your doubt, but that doubt should be clear not by your teachers. It is clear by your friends. Your 100, suppose 130 students. So if somebody will send the doubt, share the doubt. So other students, those are solve the questions. You should share the answers.
It is a theoretical doubt, sir, not a problem.
No, no, it maybe if it is a theoretical or anything, so you can share it. So it will, I can understand what is the problem of the students. Every WhatsApp message I always I opened from the students. I just observe what is the doubt, what question they have given. So have suppose the first students. So they have if question will come, some students are solve and share the answer this. So actually I am very happy that procedure, although it is online class, so by this way, many students they have solved doubt themselves. That is a doubt they have given, other students they solve those things. So same procedure I have applied for you. So please you send the doubt. So I will just observe. If some students know the answer, you give answer immediately. Write the in your paper and send WhatsApp photo. And if it is necessary, I will give comment in between. Whether your answer is correct or not. If something is fault, then I will be give the suggestion. Right? So it will benefit for the both the students. Doubt clearing students and those are already solved, it is good, and my suggestion also it is help for you. Theory part, what is the problem? Bolo. Hello. 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 Now I leave the class.
Yes, sir.
I will leave the class. You leave the class and join because just 2:10 now, right?